Hi there, this is a reading for Selenite. I just wanted to start by thanking you very much for choosing the Artisan Studio to do this reading for you. Sorry it's taken just a day or so here to get it to you. Loading it kind of takes a while for whatever reason. It's slower than it used to be. So to start off, I'm going to do a part 1 and then a part 2. So part 1 will be the intuitive reading and part 2 will be the tarot reading. So the intuitive reading, what I get is like kind of images, and I also hear different sentences. Sometimes they make sense to me, but sometimes they don't. So I'll basically just tell you all that I've kind of saw and heard, and some of my interpretations, and some I'll leave it kind of up to you to kind of interpret for yourself as well. Because I'm still kind of learning at this intuitive part. It's kind of relatively new as far as getting images for people. I've been doing the tarot readings for a lot longer, so but with my meditations I've started getting images for the past few months now, maybe 5 or so months, possibly even 6 now. So we start with canoeing and driving. I saw like a vehicle driving right after canoeing, someone in a canoe kind of at a lake kind of scene. So I'm really kind of seeing like the energies of kind of going on a vacation, or maybe getting away, going into nature, kind of grounding, maybe getting some of those creative juices kind of flowing by going into nature and kind of having that peace and time to ponder and really kind of think about your different projects that you're working on. I won't go into the full question just yet. I'll wait until the tarot reading to read out your full question to everyone. But really it's just basing it on your creative development and your writing. So, and your kind of financial success with that. But some of this is just messages from your guides as well. So I started off just as general messages for you. So that's why this kind of writing thing hasn't really come up in the reading just yet. So then I saw kind of working out at a gym. It was kind of like this physical fitness. So it's a great way of obviously like raising your vibrations, releasing stress. So it might be also kind of this thing of getting into nature and being a little more physically fit, or just kind of bumping up your heart rate just to kind of get those good endorphins kind of flowing for you to kind of, again, it's a great stress reliever as well. So if you're feeling some pressure, and kind of I'm almost sensing that like that maybe it's just a matter of finding an outlet to release some of your day-to-day stresses, so that way it's not bogging you down too much and building up on anxiety or depression. I then saw yellow / kind of orangey flowers. They kind of had like yellow with a little bit of orange in them. So I think that's really kind of a message of saying to stop and smell the flowers. Again, it's also very earthy, so going in with that again. Yeah. So then I heard someone actually say twice as a business. Now there was some words before that, but I couldn't actually grasp what they were. All I heard very clearly was twice as a business, and it was an elderly lady. She was very kind, like, and sweet, kind of soft, you know, like sweet old lady, like, you know, so just really kind lady. So I don't know if maybe you have a grandmother or someone. She kind of seemed like a grandma that's passed on, but she was kind of referring to something about a business that maybe you've had about. It seemed like she was talking about you, like kind of to me, and I just caught the end of it, twice as a business. It kind of seemed like she's been in blah 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 twice as a business, and it got all mumbled, so I couldn't hear it. So sorry about that. I then saw a dusting off of a lawn gnome. So again, going back to that kind of grounding, gardening, being outdoors. So it seems to be kind of like a repetition here in theme of messages for you is really kind of getting out in nature. I did ask if there was any messages on writing for you, so that's where kind of this is kind of bringing in that area. I heard, or no, I didn't hear this. They showed me an agate crystal, like a close-up, and it had lots of rings on it, and so I really kind of saw it as like many layers. It felt kind of like climbing levels or a ladder, slowly peeling back the layers and growing as a writer and as a person. And kind of moving through almost like stages and phases. Will you be financially successful when it comes to your writing? I had that as well as a question for your guides. And I saw a cab. So it was a woman kind of calling a cab. She was kind of at the end of the classic, at the end of the side of the street kind of thing. Busy city kind of scape. And you were calling a cab. And it almost had like that classic New York kind of feel. So for me, like when I saw that, it kind of made me think of things getting busy for you and maybe needing to do some traveling with your work, like kind of tours, promoting, book signing, that kind of thing. Maybe I kind of kept getting a feeling of making meetings, having meetings with people, maybe publishers or something like that. I know a lot of things are done electronically though now as well, so but it was this kind of very cityscape, calling the cab, very busy. So for totem animals, I've got repeatedly, because I wasn't sure if it was clear at first, but I kept getting different pictures of different tigers. So I looked up tiger, and that's in the Animal Speak book by, I don't have it out, so I will pull it out and show you here. Ted Andrews. This is it. Animal Speak. And so in there, under tiger, he has passion, power, devotion, and sensuality. You can expect new adventures, passions, and power within your life. I also saw a deer, I think 2 or 3 times. So, because I kept getting different flashes of different animals, so I had to kind of stick with the whole totem animal thing for a while and see what ones like really kind of repeated a lot. But it looks like a lot of energies are kind of going with you right now, but these ones were the main ones. So you had tiger and you also had a deer, and the deer I looked up is gentleness and innocence, a gentle luring to new adventures. Be gentle with yourself and others. Questions to think about. Are you trying to force things to happen instead of just letting it happen in a natural flowing manner? New doors will be opening up for you as well, and for you to explore and go into that more. So you're going to have like more of these new opportunities with that deer energy, so that's why it's working with you, and just kind of going with the flow. That's where that gentleness kind of goes in. Okay, so I think, let me just double check here. Yeah, that is it for your intuitive part. So the next part will be the tarot reading, and I'll be using the Thoth deck as well as a couple Doreen Virtue decks. All right, see you in there.